We also need to acknowledge that the general skill level in breaking has improved immensely over the 30 years, while the display of its interpretation in competition stayed the same in the past 30 years. In most cases, breaking battles are judged by giving hand signs to the winner, either left or right. What criteria the decisions are based on is not transparent and remains unknown to the audience and the participants. There is no literature on b-boy interpretation available that could inform the judges, the participants, or the audience about how to deal with this art form in competitions. Thus, organizers need to trust their intuition and hire people with a name in the game. Even if their choice was good, everybody stays oblivious about the whys and hows of the decisions. We feel there is a huge need to give more transparency. In another meeting in Eindhoven at World B-Boy Classics on 14th of June 2013, we made a giant step. We took out the battle criterion because in a round-for-round format we cannot look at both performances as a classical call and response or action and reaction. Even the first dancer always sets the mark with his performance, both solely mostly differ in content. The battle criterion has an impact, but is easy to observe. Also, it raised the questions about what if the dancer going second completely ignores what the first dancer did. Is it a good or a bad strategy? One can only judge it when it occurs, really. Therefore, we decided it should be subordinate to performance. Then we found a new solution for fundamentals and creativity. Fundamentals are broadly seen as all of the traditional moves, its approach that comes from the New York heritage. Creativity is used to come up with something personal. These two terms build a dichotomy. They are in opposition to each other. One inherits the common knowledge, the other one is personal. Traditional, untraditional. One is representing the old, the other the new. Therefore, both criteria need to be assigned to one judge and not two, since logically they would always decide for opposite directions. Then we also took a deeper look at dynamics. In the context of breaking, this term is often used as a synonym to blow-ups and power moves. This was also partly the case here, and that's why it's caused a lot of confusion. It won't make any sense to have a criterion based on these two, because what if the two battling b-boys only perform footwork? Then the judge assigned to the criterion is without work. The word dynamic describes change. The bigger the amplitude, the greater the effect will be. When we look at motion, it describes the play with speed and space, from slow to fast, from high to low, from linear to circular, etc. Therefore, dynamics should also be subordinate to performance. Jurski and also Droscher from the Netherlands participated in the meeting in Eindhoven and helped us how to reconnect the existing criteria differently, but then also Droscher had the idea to come up with new terms. The existing b-boy vocabulary was not sufficient enough to describe the categories in the way we needed them. From this moment on, we worked on a threefold, which was based on physical quality, artistic quality, and interpretive quality. Until here, we still held on to the idea giving each judge an emphasis on one criteria. We were to use this threefold if only 3 judges were assigned. In case we had 5 judges, we came up with the fivefold. In 2014, the Judges Committee was to explain the values and qualities in breaking so anybody can have access to that information and grasp on it. The text is purely informative without an evaluation of all the different aspects. By giving out that theory, organizers can school their judges or test whether their jury is capable of doing the job. The brochure is also very helpful for any upcoming breaker. With all of its metaphysical explanations, it can be used as a guide to learn the craft.